distinguished members of the media, this brief press encounter by the members of the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the media people concerns primarily what happened yesterday at the Federal High Court. Yesterday, because of the serial and consistent disobedience of the orders of Justice Binta Nnyaku regarding the council visitation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Federal High Court Registrar issued a Form 49. A Form 49 is a notice issuing to the defaulter, to the contemnor, the person in contempt of court, the person disobeying the order, to come to court and show cause why he should not be committed to prison for disobedience of court order. This happened yesterday, and I shall release the transcript to the media after this press conference. Now, the idea we got, it is very self-evident that the DSS, the DG of the DSS, Mr. Adeola Oluwatoshi Ajayi, is not acting in vacuum. He's acting on the authority of an advice, legal advice rendered to him by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and their private lawyer, Ashewaju Adibuega Awomolo, SAN. That legal advice is this, that by virtue of the recusal of Justice Binta Nnyaku from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, all the orders she made in relation to that case are now null and void. They actually took a step by filing a court process at the Court of Appeal stating the same thing, that all the orders issuing from Justice Binta Nnyaku are now null and void. Evidently, that legal advice has not been retracted, and that is why the new DG of DSS, Mr. Ajayi, is refusing us, lawyers Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from having any visitation whatsoever with him as ordered by the court. You will recall that Justice Binta Nnyaku ordered that counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the legal team, should be given a 3-day visitation regimen every week, which are supposed to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But since 27 September, and pursuant or after the recusal of Justice Binta Nnyaku, DSS has consistently refused us entrance into the facility to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And in fact, on 23rd, which was on Wednesday, we were barricaded. We were stopped at the very first gate of DSS from even going inside. This is a travesty of justice. When you disobey the order of court, no court should take it lying low. And this was why the Registrar of the Federal High Court issued that notice to Mr. Ajayi yesterday. Now, let me say this. When they filed this legal process in court, seeking to nullify all the orders issuing for Justice Binta Nnyaku, we did not go to sleep. We also filed a counter process in response, stating to the court that if in fact the orders issued by Justice Nnyaku are now null and void, then that must include, as a matter of logic, it must include the very order she issued, which was the first one that led to the remand and detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if the government is now arguing that the order of visitation is no longer valid by virtue of that recusal, then the order of detention shall also not be valid. This is our argument. So we use this opportunity to make the point that this continuing misconduct by the DSS, which is unconstitutional, is number one thing that is complicating the trial of Mazi Nnamdi that there's so much desire. Pray, how can you try a man? How can you subject a man to trial for capital offenses when you do not allow his lawyers to see him? This is why we're opposed to trial. But they make it look like we are unwilling to stand trial. No, we are not. We are willing, but the constitutional considerations or constitutional conditions, requirements before a trial can ensue must be present. And the most important one, and which is overriding, is our client's right to fair trial. You cannot have fair trial in the absence of lawyers having access to the defendant to prepare him for trial. So this notice that was issued yesterday has become the climax of this serial contempt of orders of court by the DSS. And we don't think, and we never expected, that the new director, a well-educated man like Mr. Ajayi, which I understand to be a lawyer, should inherit the whatever bad legacy that was left at that DSS by the predecessor, by the departing DG, Bichi. So we expected him to act better and to act within the confines of the law. So this is why we decided that we should shed light on this. You are going to receive details of that in your emails later on. Thank you.
Then